Cool. Thank you everyone for joining, and thank you to the team at the Agile Expert Club for having me as well. Just gonna get into presenter mode. That's better. All right, can everyone see my screen? Yeah. Cool. So thank you guys again for having me, and thank you for that introduction. I'm not sure I'll be able to do a better job, so thank you guys for having me. I'm gonna turn my video off because it's easier for me not to actually look at myself when I'm going through the slides. But welcome everyone, and today's topic will be kind of looking at how to align strategic decisions in an organization to match it with the projects and the programs within the portfolio, and aligning that to increase performance as well. So as it was said, I work for Read Online. I also run a career mentoring program just to help women who want to get into work and women who want to change career or just looking for work in order to be able to accelerate their job search. But for the purpose of this presentation, we'll start with looking at what exactly the organizational strategy is, what strategy means, and then we'll go into aligning that strategy and how to be able to form portfolios within the strategy to be able to deliver that piece of work. And then we'll look at the challenges and the benefits to that, and how that can be improved in the way of improving the performance, the overall performance of the organization in terms of achieving their goals that they set during the strategy planning session. So what exactly are we talking about when we talk about organizational strategy? In my experience, I can define strategy as the long-term goals of an organization. So the goals that the organization sets to achieve their long-term objectives. And this could be the ways in which they want to either increase their market share or improve the way in which they do things, or deliver products to users and their customers. And also the adoption of courses of action that would be used so that the right resources can be allocated to the right projects and programs in order to be able to meet those strategic and long-term objectives. And this includes strategic planning as well, which lets you know where the resources are being used and what resources are available in order to be able to progress a particular project. And the critical difference from traditional annual business planning, which is primarily looking at projects value and cost, but doesn't consider whether the resources are actually available or to be able to start and complete the projects. This is looking at what is available now to be able to deliver this objective over a period of time that is normally set by the organization. So strategy is about looking at the long-term focus and also shifting that focus from the day-to-day running of the company and the short-term objectives or the in-flight projects to things that are more long-term and more of a longer view of achieving a bigger objective that would improve the overall organization, not just from a project's point of view, but also from finances and allocation of resources to delivering the way in which either the branding or anything that improves the way in which the organization is seen from an outside perspective. And in terms of aligning this strategic objectives, it's also determining the links between the organization's overall goals and the goals which parts of the units of the organization needs to contribute to make that goal achievement a success. And strategy is important because it gives a common vision to the organization. It serves more like a North Star. It also guides activities and decision making based on a common set of assumptions within the organization. So if you think of strategic alignment as a sequel to strategic planning, so the strategic planning session would happen, and then out of that plan the strategic alignment would come into play, and that's divided into two functions. So there's the preparation for tomorrow, which are the longer term objectives or the North Star, and then the management of today's projects. So the business, the projects that are in flight, and how that will be reprioritized after the alignment process, just so that they would align with what the organization wants to deliver at that particular point in time. And aligning the business strategy involves bringing the staff and decisions in line with what the planned objectives are. So during the strategic planning process, you might realize that some of the divisions within the organization might be out of sync with the business goals based on the new strategy that has been approved, or perhaps some staff members need to take on new roles in order for the business to be able to achieve its objectives. So it's looking at the skills that are presently available and how those skills would be used to match the type of projects that the organization wants to get involved in order to be able to deliver that strategy. This also leads into having a number of initiatives and a number of projects. And in most organizations, there are projects happening all over the place. And this could be ranging from finance to marketing to HR to product development.